Okay, Excel and PowerPoint now talk to each other through the Claude connector. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like, and there's a moment towards the end of this video that genuinely surprised me. I was not expecting that. Quick thing before we start. If you don't have access to the Claude connector inside Excel or PowerPoint, give me a shout in the comments. I can walk you through how to get it set up. It doesn't take long, and we'll have them talking to each other in no time. Here's what we're working with. Standard growth capital debt structure. So $5 million revolver, 2.5 million term loan, 2.5 million accordion on top of that. We have a Wall Street Journal prime rate of 7.5%. We've got floors, unused fees, prepayment penalties, borrowing base step downs, the whole thing. The model runs 48 months. Monthly schedule, auto calculated interest, revolver availability, covenant checks. All the covenant checks pass, by the way, every single month. I've built this kind of model before in these videos. If you've seen the term sheet demo, you know the setup. The blue cells are the manual inputs. Before I hand this off to Claude, I want to make sure we actually have numbers to work with, not a blank shell. So I'm going to drop in a draw amount on the revolver, let's say 1,000 a month, a term loan draw, 5,000 a month, some ARR placeholders so the borrowing base math can run, and then the close date because the whole schedule pivots off that cell. Now the model is live, so this is good. We can see the monthly interest, total debt, the covenant status, they're all populating. This is a real model now, not just formulas waiting for numbers. And here's a prompt. I'll keep it simple. Create a 2-slide presentation on this debt model. Slide 1 is the summary and assumptions. So give me a facility overview, key terms, borrowing base. And then slide 2 is visuals, charts on performance, draws, payback, debt outstanding. Use your best judgment on what's relevant. That's it. I didn't write a specification. I didn't tell it which chart types. I didn't tell it how to format anything. I gave it the model and a direction, and I said go. And here's what happened. Claude started reading the model. Then it started building chart data tables directly in Excel, creating the actual chart objects in the workbook. You can see the status updates, reading full debt model, creating chart data tables, running scripts, extracting chart XML. It built 6 charts total and then selected the 3 most relevant ones for the presentation. Debt balances, stacked column, monthly interest rate, total debt line. That's a judgment call it made on its own. I didn't tell it which charts to use. Then it said, sending everything to the PowerPoint agent. That was the moment. That's when Excel handed off to PowerPoint. PowerPoint then goes through the work and comes back with 2 slides. Let me walk through them. Slide 1 is the summary. In a professional Navy theme, there's 2 columns. Left side is the facility overview. So we got total commitment facility of 7.5 million, peak total debt of 168,000. That's relatively small to the facility, which is kind of the point. The covenant math looks clean all 48 months. Essentially, I wanted to keep it simple. On the right side, the actual term breakdown. So the revolver of 5 million spread over prime rate, all that sort of good stuff. And then at the bottom, of course, confidential growth capital debt model analysis. I did not write any of that. I handed it to the model. Slide 2 is the performance dashboard. Here's a 2x2 grid layout. Top left, we have the debt balances. You can see the line of credit and the term loan building separately over the 48-month period. And on the top right, we got monthly interest cost as a line chart. It trends up gradually as draws accumulate. Then it starts to flatten towards the end as the term loan amortizes. And then the bottom left, we have total outstanding debt. Same story, different view. It's a clean trajectory. On the bottom right, this is the one I really like. It didn't put a fourth chart here. It put a KPI summary box. Peak total debt, peak monthly interest, cumulative interest over 48 months, the debt to ARR ratio, all those periods pass. It made that call. I didn't ask for a KPI box. It looked at the data and decided a summary was more useful than a fourth chart. Okay, here's the part that actually got me. When both agents finished, they each sent back a confirmation. And when I looked at them side by side, they were saying the same thing, word for word, almost. The Excel agent summarized what it built. The PowerPoint agent summarized what it received and created. Same bullet points, same structure, same numbers. 2 separate agents, 1 coherent output at the same time. I was not expecting that. That's not something I set up. That's just what happened when the 2 AI systems are working from the same source of truth and both know what they're supposed to be producing. What this means practically, you can now build the model and the deck in the same session without switching applications, without copy pasting a single number, without reformatting anything. For anyone managing debt facilities, doing board reporting, or any sort of reporting, this is the workflow. My name is Juan. I'm with Watermelon AI. If you want this set up for your team, I can help. That link is going to be in the description. And if you want more of this, real AI tools for real finance workflows, not theory, subscribe. I drop new videos every single week.